Hi, everybody. I'm Coach Rebecca, and I am here to talk about patience today. I don't know about you, but I have been refreshing my browser more than usual the last 24 hours, let me just say. So I figured that patience would be a good topic based on the fact that there's a lot of reason to be patient right now in the world, but also patience is something that has not always come naturally to me. And I want to give you guys three tips to develop that superpower of champions. Now, patience is not, it's not like exciting. It's not something that we're like, ooh, I really want to wake up and be more patient today. It's usually the last thing that I want to have to do. But if you can get good at it, oh my gosh, so much is possible for you. So I want to tell you just a little bit about my life first before I give you the tips. I don't know if you can relate to this, but when things don't feel like they're going my way, I want to figure them out, and I want to figure them out now. I am a problem solver, and I imagine you might be a little bit like me. I want to know the solution now, and the reason for this is because I am uncomfortable when I don't know how it's going to go. I want to know so I can feel comfortable. And this is something that I have struggled with my whole life, and I think a lot of the athletes that I work with have struggled with this as well. So as soon as I can just know, like, this is how it's going to all play out, and then it will be okay, then I can feel safe and secure and I can be comfortable again. But that is not exactly how it works, unfortunately. Have you ever um, come up with some big plan for yourself and then it didn't work out exactly as you had thought? Like, I was thinking back to when I was 5, I wanted to be the president. And I am really glad I don't have that job today. But my platform was going to be carpool lanes on all the freeways. Um, that's not my life. Like, and then I had this big dream at age 12 where I decided I want to be a sports psychologist. I met this woman at a gymnastics camp and was like, done. That is my career. Yep, that's what I want to be. Then I had just like a really rocky start to college. I dropped out of college. I took this really twisty, turny route through life that eventually my intuition brought me back on track a few years later than I had thought, and I was able to, reach that goal in a way. I didn't get a license. I'm not a licensed sports psychologist, but I'm able to work in the field of sports psychology and love what I do. But here's what it took: a lot of hard work, a lot of support, and a lot of patience. It was a 7-year plan. And I, at so many points during that, like, school and getting a business started, I was like, it's too hard. Oh my gosh, it's so hard. But I had all this support and I just kept working hard. And here I am today. So, here are my three tips for developing that superpower of patience that will allow you to have the life that you want to reach your goals. Number one, get comfortable being uncomfortable. If you want to be a more patient person, which will allow you to get your dreams, you got to be comfortable in the discomfort of life. So that means that you got to build some grit. Now, Angela Duckworth came up with this term grit. And this grit is not that you didn't fall down, you just kept running the race and you won. It's that you're the one who got up more times than your competition. Every time you fall down, you get back up. Every time you fall down, you get back up. Every time you don't get what you want, you work at it a different way. You try it again. You do it, you get creative. It's not that you have had success handed to you. None of the amazing athletes that I've had the opportunity of working with and interviewing have had success handed to them. Not one. They have had to work. They've had to get up every day and go after it, even when it's hard, even when it was uncomfortable. No matter how long it takes, they kept at it. One thing that I loved, it's like a quote. I think I turned another quote into a quote of my own. That's like, gritty people don't give up until the end. And if you haven't reached your goal, it's not the end. So if you have grit and you're like, I don't care how uncomfortable I need to be, I will keep at it, then if you didn't get the result you wanted, it's not the end. All right, number two, develop a growth mindset. Now, that is, I'm so happy. My little kindergartner is reading books about this in kindergarten. I'm like, yes, this is something that will change her life. This will change your life if you're able to develop a growth mindset. No, I'm not going to go into all the research around it, but the quickest way to get yourself into a growth mindset is to add the word yet to the end of your sentences. If you're like, oh, we didn't win yet. Oh, I didn't get my skill yet. I didn't get to that level yet. I didn't make the Olympics yet. Okay, add that yet onto the end, and it takes you out of like, wham, poor me. Oh, well, I quit, to let's go after it. Let's stick with it. Impatience is the hallmark of a closed mindset. And that's that feeling that if you don't get it now, you will never get it. So if you add the yet, it just reminds you, like, it's just a matter of time. I have grit. I stay after it. I keep getting up. I will get there. One of my favorite Olympians is Adam Rippon. He's a skater in the last Winter Olympics that we had. And this guy was 28 years old at his Olympic debut, which is like he's basically a dinosaur in figure skating terms of, and you gymnasts, everybody, like 28 is like so old for one of these like sports that just beats your body up. This guy, he went after it. His first Olympic trials. I want to say he was like 17, or I don't, my math is going to be all wrong. And he was fourth at nationals, which meant that he was one spot shy of making that Olympic team. The next time he goes and he's either fourth or fifth, or even like third, and they took the fourth place guy or something. I really need to read up on my Adam Rippon story. He did not make the team. His third attempt. Meanwhile, he is training and training and training and training, and he's got his eyes on the prize, and he is continuing to get up and try again. At 28 years old, he goes, and I will never forget the confidence this man had at Olympic trials when he was he was like, "Honey, if I don't make the Olympic team, it's only because one of the other skaters has his mother on the judging panel. Like, I have worked so hard. I am so ready for this, that this is happening." And he made the team, and he was a sensation, and he was amazing. So what you have to do, instead of focusing on what didn't work out, is just add a yet. He didn't make the team yet. He didn't make the team yet, but it was coming and he knew it. So he focused on his effort and his progress and getting better and better and better, and trusting that he would get there if he kept at it. That's a growth mindset. Number 3 is keeping things in perspective. If you're focusing on that, like, I must get this skill now or else, that is very stressful. But if you're thinking about, I have goals of going to collegiate sport, collegiate gymnastics, or I want to get to this certain point, or I really want to get to this next level. If you have a dream and you keep your focus on that, the bigger picture. For me, if my dream was I must be a sports psychologist by age 20, or by age 23, if I had had a really linear college experience, I could have been a sports psychologist by age 23. Is that right? Something like that. Okay. That didn't happen for me. So if I had been like, well, now I can't because I'm too old, and now I'm doing real estate and I have all this other life and I'm just going to be a gymnastics coach. No shame in that. But instead, I was like, no, I'm going to go get this thing if I'm 50 when I get there. And I've been at it, like 6 years now. And it's been amazing, 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 amazing. So if you have that dream, you do not have to put a deadline on it. You can just put it out there and be like, I will go get this. There's the amazing vaulter who is like in her 40s and she's been in 8 Olympics. So for you to tell me like, oh, if I don't get it now, I'll never get it, that is just not the truth. Keep it in perspective. If you have a dream and you have a goal, that it might not be the straightest path to get there, but you absolutely can get there if you do not take your eyes off that prize. Kyla Ross, Jonathan Horton, Samantha Peshek, all 3 of them they're all Olympians, but they also had major setbacks. Kyla Ross dealt with big mental blocks. Jonathan Horton, he failed. He lost his first elite meet. He was the worst one at his first elite meet. And he was also the only one from that meet that made it to the Olympics. Samantha Peshek, major mental blocks. And all of them kept their focus on the bigger picture, and they kept getting up and they kept saying, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. They focused on their dreams. They did not let fears or failures or injuries or setbacks stop them from getting what they wanted. And neither did I. And you don't have to either. So if you're willing to get uncomfortable and you're willing to add the word yet, and you're willing to keep focusing on your big dream and get to work, then you can be patient and trust that everything is working out exactly as it should, and you are going to have everything you want. Ooh, Good stuff, right? Okay, well, thanks for hanging out with me today. I will see you again soon. Be patient. Bye.